Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about Assassin's Creed Shadows. Apparently, some of the illustrious gaming journalists out there are getting their hands on an advanced copy of it. They're playing it. They're doing damage control for it. And the director said that the delay wasn't because of all the backlash. No, the delay was because they wanted to polish the parkour, especially on the super complex Japanese roofs.
They weren't Japanese. I remember they were Chinese.
Chinese buildings. So yeah, okay, So
we have to keep it authentic, but because we have to, we're trying to keep it authentic by making it, the Black Samurai, even though we're going to use the wrong culture's architecture and everything else,
Yeah, so let's look at the excuses. Now, I don't know, I'm going to be honest, I don't know how good the game is going to be. I don't know if people are going to buy it. They may buy it. They may look at it and be like, yeah, we don't care. It looks pretty good, whatever. Gaming journos are tripping over themselves, praising this game. Of course they are. They were tripping over themselves, praising Dragon Age, the Veilguard, and praising a whole bunch of other games, Star Wars Outlaws, and yeah. So we'll see what actually happens. But roofs, guys, roofs. That's the holdup. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. You will get a woohoo if you do. So we've been covering this. This is pretty interesting. And look, I got a list here. Here are several of the controversies around this game, and this is just a starter pack, right? We got Yasuke's depiction. A lot of people don't think he actually was a samurai. We don't have any historical frame of reference that he was.
You could still have a black samurai in a game. The problem isn't that. The problem was they keep trying to say that it was based on someone who was real, and they don't know that.
Yep.
That's the issue.
We've got historical accuracy and cultural representation. Again, the buildings were a huge issue because apparently it was Chinese architecture in Japan. Diversity, equity, inclusion, backlash. We've got unauthorized use of assets. Ubisoft faced criticism for using assets without permission, including a modern-day reenactment group's logo in marketing materials and possibly AI-generated art. I did not know about the AI-generated art. They had the marketing promotional material errors, and then they talked about the Nagasaki, the Torii Gate, the Nagasaki Torii Gate. That was a whole thing. So I mean, it was just they've been stepping in it time and time again. They canceled the press previews and the Tokyo Game Show appearance. So people are like, yeah, this thing is in trouble. Alleged plagiarism. Yeah, the EULA agreement. And I forgot all about this. Apparently, it has a clause allowing Ubisoft to monitor users' RAM, raising privacy concerns among players regarding the extent of data collection. And I mean, this is a game that this is it, right? If this game does not perform, Ubisoft is cooked. They're going to get. I think at this point they are anyway, but they pushed it back originally. The story we were told is it was pushed back to change some things pushed back twice, actually, change some things about the game and try to make it more marketable. And they were worried after the failure of Star Wars Outlaws, they couldn't afford back-to-back failures, so they pushed it back. But now we have the director saying it's just because of the roofs.
That's what it was.
That's it. Roofs. This is coming from IGN. Assassin's Creed Shadows director says recent delay was to polish the parkour, especially on super complex roofs. They said it is expected to launch on March 20th, which I now believe because gaming journals do have copies of it. They said, yeah, why was it delayed? Roofs.
I don't know.
There it is. A recent preview event for Shadows, we spoke with game director Charles Benoit, who confirmed that the month delay was mostly about polishing and did not change any big systems. The team did update.
A turd is still a turd even if you polish it. I'm just saying.
The team did update a couple of things in progression to make it more engaging, also balancing a bit more. But the main feature that needed tweaking was the parkour, which he said was running up against an obstacle unique to feudal Japan. The Japanese
parkour is unique to feudal Japan?
Well,
I'm
apparently
confused. Running into obstacles is unique to feudal Japan.
Yeah.
Or the
roofs,
obstacles
the
were
roofs.
unique to feudal Japan. That's
Yes.
written very not well. So-
The Japanese architecture, just to make sure it's not Chinese architecture. Japanese architecture, the roofs are super complex. Probably the most complex thing that I ever worked on if we compared to Odyssey and Syndicate. We needed specific codes and specific animations to support something super fluid, changing the transition of the parkour to make it even more fluid. So that's one of the specific feedbacks that we heard that we wanted to address, and it really improved since in the last few months. Wait, that's
true. That's good they improved it.
That's the biggest complaint.
I know. I mean, that's the biggest complaint they want to acknowledge. But yeah, so at least they improve that. They won't improve the ones they don't want to acknowledge, but they'll improve that. So there's that, I guess.
There's all this.
I know.
But I think they're trying to be like, look, chuds. We're authentic because the roofs are so complex. When we have our potentially fictional African American, or I wouldn't be American, I guess, black samurai running on Japanese roofs in feudal Japan and his armor, we want it to be authentic.
I wouldn't run on roofs in my armor, but that's just me, I don't know how you parkour in armor, but okay.
Or we could just bring Tenchu back. Tenchu was awesome. Tenchu was cool. So yeah, all the usual outlets, apparently they've been playing this game. I think it was a preview event, so I think they got their hands on it. But yeah, Polygon thinks it's great. This is the bestest game ever. Can't save Ubisoft. Are people actually going to buy it? Or are they checked out at this point? I don't know.
It might be good, but
it might be good.
All the stuff around it, people are just kind of like, nah, over it. Plus, they don't trust the media.
Yeah. Okay. This is the top comment on Polygon, which is quote unquote woke. I love the Assassin's Creed series. I bought and played every single game except for Syndicate. I was so hyped to finally get a game in Japan that finally broke down. I finally broke down, bought PS5. Then the first trailer came out and the MCs were a black man and a woman. I took the PS5 back for a refund. That's harsh. A game set in feudal Japan without a male Japanese MC is ridiculous. I hope it flops.
But that's the number one comment.
That's the number one comment. So, I mean, that seems kind of like I rage quit and took my PlayStation back. Actually, I've only ever returned one game system, or regretted buying one game system, and that was the Sega CD, because I was so mad they had all these games that were supposed to come out for it. And I bought it, and like none of those games were available at launch. And it was months and months and months until they had good games out for it. So I was very pissed about that. But yeah, I don't know how it's going to go. I know everybody's doing damage control for it. They're all saying it's good though. But again, they said these other games were good too.
They said other games that end up failing miserably were good too?
Yeah. I played 6 hours of it. And folks, I think this was worth the wait. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think a lot of people are going to buy it just because of the brand recognition. I mean, people will buy anything that has.
But it can't appease the haters. Alyssa Mercante, I was going to say it's Rolling Stones.
Oh my
Alyssa
God,
Mercante,
I didn't realize it was her. Okay, we got to look at this one. Shadows reinvents Assassin's Creed. God, Rolling Stone. But can it appease the haters? Oh, I can't even look at it. Oh, yeah, there we go. All right. They're calling it the Ultimate Assassin's Creed. It's going to debut in the aftermath of Ubisoft's latest release, Star Wars Outlaws, which failed to meet sales expectations. I remember all the gaming journals being like, bigots be mad. This game is fantastic. Even if the woman looks really, really ugly, it's going to be really good.
Oh, wait. They're going to blame it on, wait, go back up. They're going to blame it. She's going to blame it on stuff. Wait, hold on. Said on top of that, the game itself has stirred up rage-fueled culture war, complaints and harassment, alleging the studio has disrespected Japanese culture in several ways, but mainly because the shadows focus on Yasuke as black. Did you mention that the people that are mad about it are the Japanese people? Did you mention that part, Alyssa? Alyssa Mercante, most affected. Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So they went to Canada. Yeah. Yeah. Despite the many hurdles Ubisoft has faced in the lead up to the release, everything about the game itself is quite promising. Rolling Stone recently traveled to Quebec to spend 6 hours hands-on with the Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Oh, okay. So they had a 6 hour trial
6 hour trial.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're going to the friendly media outlets to try to.
So let's talk about what happens when you were one of these friendly media outlets and you're given access. Explain to them what happens, like places. I can't say this what's happening here, but it seems like that. At Disney, when you were a part of the media groups that would go in, you were allowed to say whatever you wanted, right?
No.
You were allowed to ask whatever questions you wanted, right?
No, you were not. So yeah, Disney, when they want to use the media to promote something, they will have these media events and they will bring you in and they will wine and dine you. And the expectation is you will say nice things. You'll say the things they want you to say when
with the hashtags they want you to say.
Yeah. Yeah. With the correct hashtags when they want you to say them. You will not be negative. You'll not have a whiff of negativity, and you can't even really use your own language. A lot of times they will walk you through. These are the points we're trying to get across. We brought you up here. We, put you in a hotel. We, wined you and dined you. We're going to give you access. You're going to say the things we want you to say.
And they would even check the tweets and stuff to make sure you're saying it the right way.
They would check the
right things. Now, that's Disney and not this. I'm just saying, I'm kind of, by the way, they're all saying 6 hours with these people, and I'm seeing like similar patterns of how they're describing it. I'm kind of like, wait a minute, this seems familiar. I don't know that, but it seems very familiar.
So now she's going into a rant about Sweet Baby Inc., which Shadows is mired in the ongoing rage-fueled discourse that kicked off last March. Remember, Alyssa Mercante is trying to sue a YouTuber, Smash JT, and he's defending himself, and he got like $5,000 from Notch, the guy who made Minecraft. So, like, I'm just saying, she's not well liked. They're mired. It's mired in an ongoing rage-fueled discourse that kicked off last March after a reactionary corner of the internet began obsessing over Sweet Baby Inc.
Okay, so basically she keeps doing this to try to dismiss you, like she's the voice of reason, but she herself has gone out of her way. She got in trouble from interviewing somebody who claims that she misrepresented what they said to try to skew it her way and stuff like that. So that's going on. She's not exactly the right person to be wording things the way they're being worded.
Oh my God. They're furious at Ubisoft centering on Yasuke, who some claim was never Black Samurai. Actually, the Yasuke as a Black Samurai story is just that. It is, as I understand it, predominantly a historical fan fiction by a white guy who took what little information we have on this person and wove a tale, a narrative about him. And next thing you know, there's an anime and there's a freaking musical and there's a Netflix show or whatever. And now he's in a video game.
Couple things here. One, people who are really, really mad about this are Japanese people, but she doesn't mention that. Two,
never mentions that.
Did you read this here? This is her interview. We talked to Brooke Davies. That is the we talk about the historical director and things. And he said, from day one, we're working with historians and consultants and researchers and experts. That's why you use Chinese architecture instead of Japanese. That's why you didn't know not to use Tory Gate. That's why you were stealing people's, their identifiers for their groups. And stuff. Because you were doing your research. And then they said, we have our historical director and her team to really explore the historical context. And often we'll come back to these experts and say, could we get a little more information on this thing or this person? And then we see them again at the end of our script writing process where we do have validation with the experts on topics like language and culture. Okay, where's the validation on him being a samurai for real?
Yeah, and that's what and that's why they canceled the show in Japan, because Japanese were not happy on many levels. This is damage control. Make no mistake. And the game might be good, but it's still damage control.
It goes on. But what about the people insisting that Ubisoft has ignored Japan's history to push some sort of woke agenda? Dermont says the team is open to receiving feedback when it's respectful or measured. Basically, we want to hear feedback only when we think that we should get negative criticism on it.
Oh yeah.
Otherwise, we don't want feedback. We only want feedback if it's measured. But as far as the rest of the critiques go, the team just makes what we can make. You didn't answer the question.
Half the team too. I believe I read somewhere that they were relatively new developers. Like some of them have never worked on a game before.
But you never answered the question.
Of course not. Of course not.
And I'd love to see some of these other articles. I didn't look in. We didn't read them to see if they were basic same responses.
Yeah, most of them are saying it's really, really good. It's going to be good. Oh yeah, seriously, guys, it was just the roof. It was a roof issue. I mean, we're not going to go through every one of them, obviously, but. It's golden ticket Ubisoft needs, guys.
Let me guess. 6 hours. Wait, did you look? See, they said they were 6 hours?
No, it was all the same preview. It was a 6-hour preview. They all got flown in, I think, for this. Yeah. Last access to 2 distinct sections of the title. The prologue.
So they all got this play. They all got access all at the same time. All got interviews, and then all are doing, all these pieces at once, saying, "Oh, it's fantastic, guys! It's just simply fantastic."
Yeah.
We played a little teeny bit of it. How do you know?
Yeah, we played 4 hours at a recent preview event. So the beginnings. Yeah, I mean, this is desperation. They have got to get this one right, and I don't know. I don't know if people are going to believe it because the outlets that are saying it and the people that are saying it, they don't trust anyway. Even if the game is good, Alyssa Mercante has burned down any goodwill that she has had with gamers.
Yeah, but they're still bringing her butt in.
But they still flew her in.
Yeah.
And
then they could fly in people who they were afraid to be critical just to show them. Because if you give voices who are like, questioning whether or not it's going to be good or not, and you bring them in and you let them see it, and they come back and say, yeah, it's good, that holds a lot more weight than one of their yes people went over and said it was good.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see. I think it's going to sell some. I know the pre-orders aren't great for an Assassin's Creed title, but people are going to buy it just because it's Assassin's Creed. But if it's dog shit when it comes out, I mean, this could be, we've seen a lot of battles in the whole gamer versus the media thing. But if the game winds up not being very good and all these people were giving it glowing praise based on a preview, then that's it. Like, your credibility.
It wouldn't be the first time.
It would not be the first time. But
and we have all these outlets that were given other games that everybody else said were good, like, Hogwarts Legacy, terrible reviews, or they weren't reviewing it at all.
Yeah, because
they were mad, because they were biased.
It. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And that's why people don't believe them anymore.
Yeah. So they're all in lockstep, glowing. And again, it might be good. I don't really give a shit one way or the other. The drama around it is what's interesting, and just the lengths that they have gone to basically gaslight Japanese people, gaslight fans, convince everyone that this is like a historically accurate game. They could have just come out and said at the very beginning, this is a work of fiction. We took some liberties with things. I think people would have been fine with it. But they, oh no, guys, we're gonna make sure it's the most accurate historical assassin simulator ever or whatever. And then when they get called on, they're like, well, we never said it was historically accurate. I'm like, no, actually you did. You did many times. Right. So we're gonna wrap it up.
Yep.
Let's wrap it up, guys. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.